for a review of Death Note. Hey Joel, aren't you forgetting something? Nope. Are you sure? I'm sure. Shouldn't you talk about Dragon Ball Evolution? Shut up! Alright, so there was a crappy Dragon Ball movie, let's talk about it. Alright, okay. So, spring 2009, they released a movie called Dragon Ball Evolution. That's right, I'm censoring the title because no one deserves to hear it spoken. So Dragon Ball is of course based off Akira Toriyama's classic manga series Dragon Ball, which I just reviewed. Now chances are you already know it, but this movie is kinda terrible. Not only is this movie terrible, but it is insulting to the original source material. So the other day, me and my friend were looking for a movie to watch. Now one thing me and my friends like to do is, sometimes intentionally watch bad movies just because, a lot of times there is a comedic value to really terrible movies. And a lot of times we just like watching bad movies because oftentimes we find them very enjoyable. So we were looking for a movie and then I remember, I'm like, oh yeah, they made a live action Dragon Ball movie or something, didn't they? And now my friend who was with me had never watched or seen Dragon Ball. And he's like, yeah, sure, okay, let's watch it. So I rented, I would not have rented it if I had known what we were about to witness. But anyway, I spent friggin' $4 on the PlayStation to watch it, and we started watching it, and instantly, I knew we were in for a treat. 2,000 years ago, the Demon King Piccolo with his minion Ozaru wreaked havoc on the earth, but then 7 mystics sealed them away with the Mafu-Ba. Really? Really, movie? 7 mystics? Friggin' 2,000 years ago? Ozaru being Piccolo's minion? Hold on. You're doing something wrong here. Now, I'm not going to say this is the worst movie I've ever seen because I've seen Baby Geniuses too. But, as soon as we see Goku, I realize something. That guy was in Baby Geniuses too. Oh god, no. So the movie starts off with Goku training with Son Gohan, his grandfather, who is still alive for some reason. Now, Goku is a high school senior. Yes. He is a high school senior. He goes to high school, and he has a crush on Chi-Chi, who also goes to his high school. And he goes up to his grandpa, he's like, yo, Grandpa Gohan, you taught me how to fight, but now can you teach me how to get the girl? Goku would never say that. No. Listen, there is no way Goku from the manga would ever say anything like that. He doesn't even know what a girl is at the beginning. He probably didn't even have sex with Chi-Chi, she just did it in his sleep. He still doesn't know what any of that crap is. And in the movie we have freaking Goku asking his grandfather dating advice. Anyway, so Piccolo's going after the Dragon Balls. Okay, so he goes to Goku's home, he destroys it, and he kills Gohan. So yeah, now Piccolo is the one who kills Gohan, yes. Also I have to say in this movie, Piccolo looks like something from A Child's Nightmare. This brings up one of the major problems with the movie, but I'll talk about that a bit later. Goku goes home, he finds his grandfather dead. He's like, oh, protect the Dragon Balls, go see Master Roshi, oh, he'll help you, oh. So yeah, then Bulma comes by or whatever, they go off to visit friggin' Roshi, and oh man, okay, well first off, Roshi's like 40. He's not even old enough to be Roshi. And anyway, they go on a quest for the Dragon Balls or whatever. They run into Piccolo's minion a bunch of times, who is apparently May. What? It's also worth mentioning that there is no explanation given to why Piccolo escapes the Mafu-Ba. Now in the manga series it was clearly Pilaf, but Pilaf is not in this, so Piccolo just kinda breaks out. So yeah, Mai is the only minion he has who, in the manga, wasn't really technically his minion. In fact, in the manga, she barely did anything, so why are they even using her character? Anyway, their adventure continues. They meet up with Yamcha. Oh. So then apparently on the eclipse of Goku's 18th birthday, some crap's going down. Yes, you heard that right. The eclipse of Goku's 18th birthday. So it actually turns out that Goku himself is Ozaru. Whoa, I could have never seen that twist coming. Goku being a giant ape monkey. What? But in this universe, the Saiyans don't exist. It's only Goku who's just a giant ape monkey and he's Piccolo's minion. Roshi tries to use the Mafu-Ba on Piccolo and it fails, which results in Roshi's death, which is probably the closest thing this movie gets to the original manga. Another time where it almost gets close is when Goku finds a dirty magazine at Roshi's house, and that's probably the only other time. Anyway, so then Goku realizes that Roshi's dead when he's a giant ape, and then he turns back to normal and he defeats Piccolo, and that garbage. So that was the rundown of the plot. This movie is terrible. The acting is terrible. The story is terrible. It has almost nothing to do with the original story. The action scenes. Holy Christ, the action scenes. This is where this movie can be very entertaining just because of how incredibly stupid everyone looks. So when you adapt a manga into an anime or whatever, you know, you look at the pages, you're like, okay, let's direct it and have it so it looks just like the manga panels. And it works because it is animated and you can pretty much do whatever you want with it. But it's a bit different in a live action movie. Yet, the people who made this movie looked at the manga. They probably didn't even look at the manga, they just looked like at the preschooler's drawings of the manga. They looked at Masashi Kishimoto's old drawings he used to do when he was a little kid. They looked at those and they're like, oh, okay, let's make a movie out of this. So we see people jumping through the air, flying around, doing all these crazy action scenes that you would only see in a manga. And you're like, what? What? No. Just no. And when me and my friend were dying of laughter, it was absolutely hilarious. I actually had to pause the movie like halfway through and show my friend clips from the original Dragon Ball anime, just so he knew where all my hatred was coming from, because it was so terrible. And like I brought up before, they're trying to mimic stuff from the manga, and it just does not translate well into live action at all. Like Piccolo. Piccolo looks insane. And there's all these scenes where they're just trying to be serious and it never works. It's so unintentionally funny. Roshi's like, Goku, I must teach you the Kamehameha. Goku, you must master all the airbending techniques. So I'm like, airbending? Oh no. Anyway, speaking of The Last Airbender, I feel like this was the movie that Shyamalan saw before making The Last Airbender. I can just imagine Shyamalan finishing this movie and being like, now that is how you make an adaptation. So yeah, Dragon Ball. Should you watch it? Well, here's the thing. This is a god-awful movie. It is literally one of the worst I've ever seen. My personal least favorite movie, just because of how much it craps all over the original source material. And I mean, calling it my personal least favorite movie is a lot, because I've seen a lot of terrible movies. You guys have no idea. So if you're the type of person who watches an adaptation and gets super pissed off when they get stuff wrong, yeah, you shouldn't watch this movie. But here's the thing. This movie can be very, very unintentionally funny. So as bad as it is, if you were curious just to see how bad, and you know, want a good laugh from all the outrageous action scenes and people flying through the air with like, what? So if you are curious to see how bad this movie is, then I can say you will probably get a lot of good laughs out of it, but don't spend money on it. Yeah, if this movie ever pops up on Netflix or something, then yeah, feel free to check it out, but it's just not worth the money, even if it's just a couple dollars. Don't give the friggin' corporations the satisfaction. I saw Akira Toriyama's name in the credits as the executive producer, and I'm like, yeah, I wonder how that worked out. Mr. Toriyama, I'm so glad to hear from you. I cannot wait to get started to work on this project. All the actors are just super excited and they all can't wait. Oh yes, of course I read the manga you sent me. Oh, it was so good, such an inspiration. My favorite part? Oh, it has to be when Guko, he's in high school, right? And the jocks come to pick on him. Anyway, thanks for signing that contract. Do you want to know something that's really funny? They thought they were going to get a sequel out of it. That's right, there was an end credit scene. Like, you know how in the MCU movies you get an end credit scene. We got one in this one too, where Piccolo is alive, and he's like in bed, and we just see Piccolo is alive. I'm done. I don't want to talk about it anymore. This is bad for my health. I just, nope. Terrible. Stay away. Go read the manga. I will see you guys in the next video. Also, why is this movie called Dragon Ball? What?